It was supposed to be a simple Christmas blind date, nothing more than a polite dinner and a quiet goodbye. But for her, it ended in rejection, cold words, and a walk home through streets filled with lights she no longer felt part of. As snow fell and carols played in the distance, she believed this Christmas would be just like the others, lonely and forgotten. She didn't know that before the night was over, two small voices would ask a question that would change her life forever. She sat across the table, hands folded, trying to smile while Christmas music played softly behind them. He barely looked at her. Within minutes, his answers grew shorter, his eyes distant. Finally, he cleared his throat and said he didn't feel a connection. "Not tonight. Not ever." The words were polite, but the rejection was sharp. As she stood up, embarrassment burned her face. This was supposed to be a hopeful Christmas evening. Instead, it became another reminder that she was always the one left behind. Outside, the cold air hit harder than his words. Snowflakes drifted down as couples laughed and families passed her by. Store windows glowed with warmth she couldn't feel. She walked slowly, replaying the moment again and again, wondering what was so wrong with her. Christmas lights blurred through tears as she whispered to herself, "Maybe I'm just not meant for love." She stopped near a small Christmas display, sitting quietly on a bench. That's when she heard giggling. Two little twin girls, bundled in red coats, stood nearby, staring at her with curiosity. Unlike adults, they didn't look away. They smiled, wide, honest smiles, as if they had known her forever. One of the girls stepped closer and tugged gently at her sleeve. The woman looked down, surprised. With innocent eyes and a soft voice, the child asked, "Will you be our mom?" The world seemed to freeze. Her breath caught. No one had ever asked her something so simple, yet so powerful. The question opened a door she had kept locked for years. Memories rushed in, doctor's offices, broken promises, people telling her she wasn't enough. She had dreamed of being a mother once, before life taught her to stop hoping. Tears filled her eyes as she realized how deeply she still wanted what she thought she'd lost forever. From across the street, their father watched in silence. He recognized the woman instantly, the one he had rejected hours earlier. Now he saw her kneeling in the snow, listening patiently to his daughters, comforting them like it came naturally. Guilt settled heavy in his chest. Circumstances brought them together again, a missed ride, the twins refusing to leave her side. Conversation this time felt different, slower, honest. He saw her not as a date, but as a human being. She saw him not as rejection, but as a man carrying his own pain. That night, she lay awake, questioning everything. Could she handle this? Was she worthy of being called mom? Society had always told her she was incomplete. Yet the memory of those small hands holding hers gave her strength she hadn't felt in years. Days later, during a small Christmas gathering, the twins ran toward her and shouted, "Mom!" The room fell silent. She froze and then felt arms wrap around her legs. The father's eyes filled with tears as he finally understood. Family isn't chosen by perfection, but by love. On Christmas morning, they sat together, opening simple gifts. The twins handed her a folded piece of paper. Inside, written in shaky letters, were the words, "Thank you for choosing us." She smiled through tears, realizing the truth. She hadn't been rejected that night. She had been led exactly where she belonged. Sometimes, what feels like rejection is simply life clearing the path for something greater. She walked into that Christmas night, believing she wasn't enough, and walked out chosen, needed, and loved. Because family isn't built by perfect timing or perfect people, but by hearts that find each other when they need it most. If this story touched your heart, subscribe to Miracles of Kindness and stay with us for more real stories that remind us. Miracles often arrive when hope feels lost.